A water-making spell. A useful one, this. Pull up the description text to find out more, or turn the page to learn to cast it. The water-making spell conjures clean, drinkable water from the end of the wand. Thus, with the water-making spell, the trained wizard is never without a source of water, whether they're refilling their goblet at dinner or managing a minor eyebrow fire after a carelessly cast fire-making spell. Oh, look at that, another collectible! Ah, our vandal has left another scribble. The last one was educational. Just. Shall we have a look? Or if you like, just turn the page. Ooh, the bubblehead charm. It conjures a bubble of air around the caster's head. Useful for underwater exploration and avoiding nasty smells. You ready to cast the charm? I'm looking forward to this. Stay just where I can see you and keep still to see this spell in action. Just hold your head still to see what the spell does. That's it! You look interesting. What's our magical vandal up to now? Goodness, a chance to try out your bubblehead charm. Although this charm is brilliant for underwater exploration, wizards with particularly bad breath have reported some problems after the first 30 minutes or so. Give those fish a wave. There they go. A bit shy, aren't they? Looks like the previous owner of your spellbook really knew their stuff. That's better. Never been much of a fish person myself. Ah, well, there you are. Our mystery student definitely knew his or her stuff. I don't think you'll be able to cast the spell away from this page, but you can come back and try it here anytime. Right, turn the page and let's try mastering this spell. Here we'll learn the necessary gesture and incantation to conjure water from your wand.
You need to learn the magic words for the spell. Point at the glowing words with your wand, then pull the T button.
Aguamenti. The incantation for conjuring water is Aguamenti. Be sure to say it clearly when casting the spell. Nice and loud now. Excellent, well said.
Time to learn the wand gesture. Pull up the gesture diagram.
Casting Aguamenti requires a smooth wave movement from left to right with your wand. First, dip your wand down, then rise up and over. A nice smooth wave.
Good. Do that once more, but this time without any help.
Spot on. Great.
With this spell, just hold down the T button to send out a jet of water.
Oh, goodness. Keep your wand under control. Give the book a good spray. Don't worry. Its enchantments should protect it from water damage. Oh, nicely done. The book could do with a rinse. Good stuff. How about we let the book dry off, eh? Watch where you spray that thing. Watch where you spray that thing. That's the way. You've completed the first half of Chapter 1. To move to the second part of the chapter, you'll need to close the book. and then choose Chapter 1, Part 2.
Ready to move on? Just point your wand down at the glow on your book and pull the T button as usual. Then you can pick Chapter 1, Part 2. Here we go. You've finished the first half of Chapter 1. You'll be able to unlock the other chapters soon, but for now, just point your wand at Chapter 1, Part 2, then press the Move button. Chapter 1, Part 2.
Unlocking Charm. Oh, this is an unusual spellbook. Now, I wouldn't normally teach you this ingenious little charm so soon in your career. Still, it seems Miranda Goshawk thought you could be trusted. Pull up the text to learn about this spell.
There are many ways to pass through locked doors in the magical world. See the fire-making spell, the gouging spell, and the reductor curse. Where you wish to enter or depart discreetly, however, the unlocking charm is your best friend.
Oh, look at that, another collectible.
Another story, this time about the unlocking charm. Point your wand, then squeeze the T button to pull it up. You know the drill.
Ready for another tale? Wand at the ready.
Here we are. Want to read the story now or later? Remember, you can always hold the circle button to cancel the story anytime. Choose now or skip. The famous unlocking charm was introduced to Britain in the early 1600s by a wizard thief called Eldon Elsrickle, who had fled from Britain to Africa, hoping to escape punishment for a series of robberies. Elsrickle sneaked back into the country, heavily disguised and possessed of two treasures. The first was a baby monster called a Nundu, a terrifying leopard-like creature which, when full-grown, could devour whole crowds of men in a single gulp. However, the cub could be subdued with a simple, what would you use to subdue a Nundu? Remember, hold the T button to grab a tab, then slide the tab out.
That definitely wasn't right.
So the cub could be subdued with a simple stunning spell. And Elsrickle intended to use it to guard his house when he was not there. Elsrickle's second treasure was the charm that he had learnt from an ancient African sorcerer, Alohomora, otherwise known as the unlocking charm, or the thief's friend. Elsrickle immediately resumed his career of villainy, and no house in London, whether muggle or wizard owned, was safe. Elsrickle was soon taking home priceless jewels, paintings and antiques to the house which was occupied by his Nundu. Soon, the spectral thief of old London town was making front-page news in both the wizarding and muggle worlds. Nobody could understand how the criminal was getting in and out of houses without breaking windows or using ladders. Once in a while, Elsrickle would be surprised in the home of a fellow... Oh, another missing word. A fellow what, I wonder? Elsrickle would be surprised in the home of a fellow wizard. Whenever this happened, the cunning fellow offered to trade his fabulous new charm for his freedom. His deal was accepted so many times that soon there were a great number of so-called spectral thieves operating in the capital. Eldrickle was confident that he would never be burgled, however, because he made sure that everyone knew he owned an ever-growing... What horror did Eldrickle keep in his house, can you remember? Everyone knew he owned an ever-growing Nundu. He put it to sleep each morning through the keyhole of his door before entering the house. And woke it up in the same way when he left at night. Then came the fateful day when Blagden Blay, a wizard who had been burgled 19 times in 2 weeks, succeeded in inventing an anti-Alohomora charm. In a single night, the wizarding doors of London were sealed shut, and task forces were dispatched to protect Muggle houses too. On the last day of his life, Eldrickle returned home after being unable to commit a single burglary all night. Tired, frustrated, and angry, he completely forgot about putting his Nundu to sleep through the keyhole before he entered the house. The last word he ever spoke before being pounced upon and eaten was Alohomora. Eldon came to a grisly end then. Right then, we'd better learn the spell. Turn the page. This page will teach you the gesture and incantation to open almost any lock. First, we'll learn the spell's incantation. Try that picture of some keys. Use your wand to get it going. Alohomora. To unlock doors with just a wave of the wand, speak the incantation Alohomora. Nice and clearly now. 3, 2, 1.
Whatever.
Good, nice and loud. Excellent. Now let's learn the gesture. Pull the diagram up from the page. Now, the spell requires a nice, sharp wand movement. Start at the bottom and go up, then diagonally down and then across. It's like a number 4. Make sure you make nice, sharp movements. Great!
Once more, this time draw the shape from memory.
Excellent. With this spell cast, you don't need to do the gesture again. You just start flicking your wand towards locked objects to open them. Let's see what this spell can do. Oh, there's something to unlock here. Flick your unlocking charm at the little glint. Oh, you've picked up a collectible. You'll be rich at this rate. Look out, bats! Smells like someone's potion went wrong in there. Wasn't expecting that. Well done. That's the last of them. My. There's another extra bit of information on this spell. Pull it up if you'd like to read it. Or you can just turn the page.
Prior to the discovery of the unlocking charm, the most popular charm for the purpose was Portaberto, which usually splintered the lock from the door and occasionally left a smoking hole where the key should have been. Even this was a substantial improvement over Open Sesame, the previous most popular spell, which saw doors wrenched from their hinges and torn into firewood. You've mastered the unlocking charm. Try not to get into too much trouble with it. Turn the page when you're ready to move on. Wand lighting charm. As before, point your wand at the words, then pull them up from the page. This charm will light the end of your wand, providing illumination in darkness. The wand lighting charm is simple, but requires concentration. Take great care not to accidentally set your wand alight, as damage of this kind can be permanent. If in any doubt about your abilities, you would do better to buy yourself a magic lantern.
That'll come in handy.
Oh, looks like another bit of extra information from Miranda Goshawk. Pull that new note up with your wand, or you can just turn the page. The discovery that wands themselves could be lit occurred relatively recently in wizarding history, at the end of the 18th century. Among those who claimed to have invented this revolutionary spell was the German warlock Garvin Lugner, who insisted that he had invented it as a side effect of his discovery of instant darkness powder. It transpired, however, that not only was Lugner lying about Lumos, his powder was only useful for slightly dimming the lights. The wand lighting charm was actually invented in 1772 by Levina Monk Stanley. An accomplished witch working in the Department of Mysteries, Levina astonished her colleagues one day by lighting the tip of her wand to search for a dropped quill in a dusty corner. Prior to Levina's discovery, all manner of magical lanterns, candles, and light creation spells had been used, with varying degrees of success, to penetrate darkness, both natural and curse-related. So without further ado, let's turn the page and learn to cast the spell. A pile of leaves? What a mess. Just brush them away with your hands. Oh, fascinating. There appears to be a hole in your book. I wonder what's in there. Lumos. The incantation to light one's wand is Lumos. Your turn. Try saying the incantation for this spell. 3, 2, 1, go. Excellent pronunciation. Now you've mastered the incantation, let's move on to looking at the spell's gesture. You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the picture on the page. The gesture for Lumos is a nice, smooth, upwards loop.
Well done. Now make the gesture once more, this time from memory.
That's the way. Excellent. Let's move on and see what this spell can do. Once you've cast this spell, you just need to hold your wand wherever you need light. Simple as that. Oh dear. Did someone throw some Peruvian darkness powder in here? You'd better cast Lumos again. Can you remember the gesture? Marvellous. Use your wand. A puffskein? How did that get in here? Well, these make the perfect wizarding pet. More objects to go. Keep it up. Good work. I wonder what that's doing there. Keep searching. Excellent, that's the last of them. You've learnt to produce light, another crucial spell for wizards. Turn the page for a practice exercise. Oh, Miranda certainly wants to put you through your paces. Use your wand to pull up the text from the page. By now, you should be getting the hang of spellcasting, but it's important to practice the wand lighting charm to ensure that you've mastered it. Once again, your spellbook will now conjure somewhere for you to practice your powers of illumination. I hope you're not afraid of the dark. Not a very friendly-looking forest. Well remembered. Merlin's beard. A devil's snare. These predatory plants thrive in the dark but can be driven back by light. That devil's snare looks eager to rip your spellbook to pieces. Cast Lumos to ward it off. Shine Lumos onto those tendrils to frighten it off. Lovely, keep it up. I have faith in you, keep at it. Great stuff, you're putting Lumos to good use. That devil's snare didn't know what hit it. Wonderful wand work. Congratulations! You've mastered Lumos, and to prove it, here's your certificate. Here we are. Let's see how you did. And there you are, captured in all your magical spellcasting glory. The book's unscathed. After that superb display of spellcasting, you've earned 15 house points. Excellent work. You've done yourself proud. You've learned all the spells in this chapter. I think you're ready to take the chapter test. Turn the page. Your first test. I know you'll make me proud. Pull up the glowing text on the page to begin. Well done. You've nearly completed the first chapter of the Book of Spells. Now you'll need each of your new spells to pass a final test. By first overcoming a series of puzzles, and finally by taming a dangerous magical creature. Pass the test, and you will win the first of my conundrum poems, and will have taken your first step towards wizarding greatness. What's this? Some kind of fountain? It looks pretty dry, though. Let's try filling it with water. That's it! Now, point your wand and hold the T button. Merlin's beard! It was a trick! We've released a Kelpie, a shape-changing water demon, very dangerous. The only way to tame a Kelpie is to get a bridle over its head like a horse. Miranda's set you quite a task. First, we'll need to find something to bridle it with, like a bit of rope. You know this place is strangely familiar. I think we're in Scotland. I recognise that loch. And here's another kind of loch. This portcullis is in our way. Remember, in this test, you'll need all the spells you've learnt so far. What spell could help us open up the gate? You unlocked it.
The gate seems to be broken, and we can't get through to fix it. See those cogs all over the floor? Try lifting them up and putting them back in place on the wall. A good chance to show off one of your spells. We still need to fix the gate mechanism. Which one of your spells could lift up those cogs and put them back? Excellent. Where does this cog need to go? Excellent work. Steady there. Excellent. Where does this cog need to go? Steady there. That's it. One more to go. Good. Levitate the cog. Now, where does it need to go? Carefully now. That seems to have done the trick. Well done. Right, what's next? Remember, if we're going to take on that Kelpie, we'll need a rope or a bridle. Miranda Goshawk certainly doesn't mess about. This place has seen better days, that's for sure. Be ready for anything. Ah, there you are. I bet this next challenge has something to do with these locked chests. Try your unlocking charm on one of those chests. Spot on. Galloping gargoyles. Ugh, odd place for bats to sleep. Still, you've got the right idea. Try the other chest. Teach that devil snare a lesson. Ooh, it won't have liked that. You've almost got it. Ooh, nice. Yes, great one work. Ooh, it won't have liked that. You can't lose, I just know it. Ooh, it won't have liked that. I think you've sent it packing. No, there goes the bridle. We'd better follow it. Where's this test going to take us next? The lock. Wand out, I think. That Kelpie could be anywhere. Be ready. I have a feeling this is the final part of the test. There it is. So to tame this beast, we need to get the bridle over its head. I think you'd better use your levitation charm. Going swimming is not a good idea. That's it. Now point at the... This beast isn't going to cooperate. Ooh, careful. Pick up the bridle again. Now's your chance. Fit that bridle. He's gone. Stay alert now. There he is. I don't think it likes the look of the bridle. Wait for it to settle down. That's it. Lovely bit of levitation. Even with the bridle, he's a spirited fellow, eh? Nicely done. You've clearly mastered this chapter's spells. I couldn't be more proud. Your first chapter test passed. What an achievement. And here's your prize. Miranda Goshawk's Conundrum.
When little Isadora Rose, a sweet young witch, that button nose, was bought a wand, she thought it grand. It shone so brightly in her hand. Now here's an end to all my woes, the charming girl told friends and foes. I'll never ever need to work. In truth, she always liked to shirk. If anybody makes me cross, my wand will show them who is boss. And if they go and treat me worse, I'll fix them with a single curse. And everything I want I'll get with this, my darling little pet. With that, she waved her brand new wand and turned her black hair brassy blonde. But as the days and weeks went by, that lazy girl refused to try to master new spells. Truth to tell, she didn't do the old ones well. Her hair turned blonde but then fell out. Her curses never had much clout. Her wand began to wilt, poor thing, as boredom took away its zing. And naturally she blamed the wand and threw it in the old duck pond. But you no better. You can see what caused her mediocrity. What must you do, which she did not? What must you do, and do a lot? Answer this, and do it loads, or I will turn you all to toads.
Once you learn all the spells contained in this book, you should be able to puzzle out the answer. Here's your certificate recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look. Brilliant work on that test. You're well on your way. Take 10 house points. That's it! You finished Chapter 1 of the Book of Spells. Now you can start Chapter 2, 3 or 4, it's up to you. Just close the book to select a new chapter. Don't forget to have a look at the collectibles you've won in the Collectibles chapter, or revisit the poem in the Conundrum chapter.